Mark Grayson was born to conquer, but what if he was raised to survive? Raised not by Omni-Man, but by Kratos, the god of war. What kind of man would he become? A hero? A monster? A god? This is the timeline where Kratos raises Mark Grayson. And it goes exactly how you think. Violent, emotional, and honestly, way cooler than it should be. It all starts with a twist of fate. In this universe, Omni-Man fails to reach Earth, maybe intercepted by a cosmic threat. Instead, baby Mark's pod crash lands on the Norse realm, Midgard. Kratos, now older and raising Atreus in isolation, finds the pod. And for reasons even he doesn't understand, he doesn't destroy it. Maybe it's guilt, maybe it's fate. But he raises the boy, names him Mark. So now we have two boys. Atreus, a god in training, and Mark Grayson, a sleeping supernova of Viltrumite power, raised by a Spartan who hates gods. And it wouldn't be Mark Grayson. It'd be what even is Kratos' last name? Some suggest that his last name is Kratos and his first name is John? Oh hell nah. Okay, we got Mark Kratos. Mark's early life, not easy. No flying lessons, no birthday parties, just a daily beatdown from the Blades of Chaos and therapy via axe throwing. When his Viltrumite powers finally awaken, Kratos doesn't flinch. He expects greatness, and he trains Mark like he is preparing to kill Zeus, Odin, and Batman in one weekend. Mark learns discipline. He learns control, but he also learns rage. Kratos doesn't teach compassion, he teaches survival, and Mark becomes something terrifying. Eventually, the Viltrum Empire tracks Mark's pod. They send agents expecting a soft, naive, half-human, but what did they find? A kid raised by the most dangerous warrior in the Pantheon. The first Viltrumite dies within seconds. The second begs for mercy. The third, Mark lets go, and Kratos has to pull him back. It's the first time Kratos shows fear, because he sees it, the look in Mark's eyes, the same one he had when he tore Olympus apart. And now Kratos realizes he hasn't raised a warrior, he raised a god killer with no enemies left. In this timeline, Omni-Man doesn't return. Not to train Mark, but to conquer Earth. He lands expecting to reunite with his son, but he finds him armored, bloodstained, and standing beside a bald guy with a red tattoo. Nolan smiles. I knew you'd grow strong. Mark answers, I didn't grow strong. I was forged. Then it begins. Omni-Man versus Kratos. Old God versus Space Trident. Mark is in the middle. Kratos takes the first hit, Omni-Man goes for the kill, and Mark hesitates. But in the moment Omni-Man threatens Atreus, the hesitation immediately disappears. Together, Kratos and Mark beat Omni-Man down. Not with raw power, but with bonded fury. Omni-Man retreats, broken, not dead, just shaken. With the Viltrumites' threat delayed on Earth, and Earth is safe, Kratos returns home. Mark follows, but he's different now. He's not a boy, he's a man. Not just a Viltrumite, not just Kratos' son. He's both. A weapon who wants to be more than one. A protector forged by war. And when Atreus asks him, what now? Mark finally says, now we choose who we are. Even though Mark and Kratos stopped Omni-Man, Earth remembers what it saw. A flying god with rage issues and a war axe. Civilians don't feel saved, they feel conquered by a new kind of god. Cecil tries to bring Mark in, control him, weaponize him, but Kratos is not having any of that. The world feels fear of them. Even the Guardians of the Globe keep their distance. Mark realizes something. Being raised by Kratos taught him how to win fights, not how to be human. Eventually, Mark tries to separate from Kratos, not out of hate, but understand who he really is. He flies across realms looking for answers, revisiting elves, giants, and even Odin runes. But one day, a Viltrumite who is High Commander lands on Earth. This time, she's not there for Mark. She's there for Kratos. They know Kratos is the real threat, the man who raised a half-Viltrumite just to betray the Empire. This isn't a war, this is a message. And Mark has to decide, does he let his father fight his own battles, or does he finally step in front of him? This time, he did not save his dad. He fought with him. They win, but barely. Kratos is wounded for the first time deeply, and Mark sees something terrifying. His father isn't invincible. He's aging. He's mortal, and one day, he'll be gone. Mark realizes the truth. The strength Kratos gave him wasn't just in battle, it was endurance. It was the ability to carry the guilt and to survive his own mistakes, to keep going even when no one calls you a hero. Years later, Mark returns to Earth, not as a savior and not as a soldier, but as a teacher. He trains young heroes in resistance, honor, and discipline, and he warns them about the Viltrumites. He tells them stories about a god who once fought to protect what matters. Strength is not what you are. It is what you do when the world thinks you already lost. Kratos' axe now sits in the shrine untouched. Mark wears no cape, no armor, just the scars of a boy raised by a warrior who taught him to be more than just strong. So, what if Kratos raised Mark Grayson? He would have raised a weapon, but Mark would have become a shield. From broken gods come better men, and sometimes being invincible has nothing to do with powers. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked the video, and I hope you guys hit that like and subscribe button just to show me you guys love me, alright? I love you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great one. Goodbye.